Hello, Eagle County.
Welcome to Rec Connect. Woo! Our first episode where we're going to be talking about the stories and the programs and the community that makes us so special here in Eagle County.
I'm Chris Parker, a sports coordinator with Mountain Rec, and this young lady is
Jamie Wilson. I'm community engagement and marketing manager with Mountain Rec, and I like warm coffee, hugs, and all things Mountain Rec.
Speaking of Mountain Rec and the greatness that it is, what made you join the team and what makes you love what you do?
I think, I'm fortunate that I grew up in the Valley. I'm a gypsum native. My family moved here in 1978, and so we've got to watch I've got to watch this community really grow and thrive, and especially with Mountain Rec and all the programs that they offer. I mean, I think I started when we were the WECMERD.
Okay.
Back in the day, I started with softball as a young kid, but we didn't even have a soccer program. I had to drive to Glenwood for soccer, and that was when the construction on the canyon started. So it's just kind of coming back home, really, and embracing the community and offering such just the most amazing opportunities for everybody.
And speaking of opportunities in Eagle County, what's your favorite local hangout spot?
Well, I'd say first the trails.
First, the trails. Is there one in particular that really just kind of gets you going if you need a good kick in the pants?
I think like the Boneyard Trail's kind of like that classic. You can either bike it, hike it, run it. I don't run, but it's a nice idea.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea. And then I think one of my little favorite hangouts is probably the Eagle River Brewing Company. They do not sponsor this, just FYI, but they always have good pizza and a good vibe going on there.
Yeah, White Buffalo is the best.
How about you? Why did you, start at Mountain Rec? What brought you to our awesome community?
Yeah, so it was fun. I moved here back in 2021, and I was delivering beer for the guys that actually own Eagle River. And I got on as a part-time official, and just an opportunity came up for me to join the team full-time. So I've been here for a little over 3 years in a full-time capacity. Just giving back to the community. I was very fortunate to have fun upbringing in my life, especially at that age, between 4 and 13. So I just want to kind of give kids and families the opportunities that I received when I was a younger individual. So just wanting to give back and create some opportunities, which we're going to talk a little bit more about what's coming down the pike in not only the sports world, but Mountain Rec, but just being involved in the community and just trying to make a positive impact on those that are around.
I agree. It's, we always joke when I started at Mountain Rec, my theme song was the Lego song, Everything is Awesome.
Yeah.
And part of it is, I think, the incredible staff at Mountain Rec.
Yes, our staff is awesome. Speaking of Everything is Awesome, what's that song that you like to listen to when you're driving to work?
If I'm not listening to our local radio stations,
Hello, Steve Lee.
Hi, Steve Lee. Hi, All Mountain Time. Thank you all. I am a true crime podcast junkie.
Okay, all right.
I don't suggest listening to those late night.
All right, so don't do that. Well, at this point, all the holiday music's going to be starting up sooner than later.
Yeah. Hey, it's 6 weeks of Christmas on Hallmark, so.
Yeah, I already started seeing that some of the great new movies are coming out on Hallmark.
What about you? What do you listen to when you're cruising into work?
It depends on what I'm going to do. Depends what the task at hand that I'm about to get it on. So for opening day, I'm not a morning person. So getting up and being at the field at 8 o'clock, I need something to really jolt me. So I blast Limp Bizkit just to kind of get my blood flowing. It just kind of depends what I'm going into. I have Sirius XM, I like the chill channels, or kind of like some outlaw country. It just depends on the day. But recently just been listening to a lot of baseball games, including the 6-hour affair that happened last night.
Chris did make it here on time, by the way.
Yes.
We're staying up till 12:30.
Speaking of baseball is my squeeze. What's a favorite Mountain Rec event or season that you've experienced so far?
I think, the summer was just incredible watching all the programming that happened. We opened the new pool in Eagle, which just was madness in the best way.
Yeah.
And watching our summer camp counselors work with all the kids that, we interact with, mountain bike camps, our outdoor rec programs. from the sports camps to the wee ball and the t-ball and just, I have some shirts from camps in my office and they're just so cute.
Cute and little.
Tiny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, they will grow up and I hope they grow up with us.
Jamie, this is exciting times. Like, this is our first podcast. You want to tell the listeners and viewers what to expect?
Well, our goal is to bring the community in, as well as talk about the stories that we can share throughout Inter County of what we're offering. And our first episode, we're excited to bring in Veyra, the operations manager for the community market. We're starting off our food drive here in November, and the need is more important than ever. All right, let's talk about some highlights that are happening this month at Mountain Rec. We have a lot going on for families and adults alike.
Yeah, well, we're going to chit-chat about the adults in a little bit later. But first, we're going to talk about the kiddos and stuff that you as parents can do so you can have a few moments of one thing that we do want to talk about is our Tots and Top Ropes. Kaylee does a great job running that. It's a fun, supportive program for kids that are walking up to the age of 5, and we take on all skill levels. So from beginners to maybe somebody that's more experienced. And our staff will help parents learn tips and tricks for adventuring and climbing with the young ones and how to belay your kiddo, which I need to learn because I don't even know what that word means, and offers a few extra pairs of watchful eyes so you, as an adult, can get on the wall as well. That's going to start on November 6th at 10 a.m. Thursdays at the Rec Center in Gypsum for $10 a night. Speaking of kind of having extra eyes, do you want to talk about Kids Night Out and how parents can benefit from that?
Yeah, so Kids Night Out is an opportunity for parents to spend some quality time together. You can drop your kiddos off for $35, and we will feed them. And they'll play board games and do some activities and everything like that. So it's a good night for you all to, kind of go out and not rely on the chicken nuggets that night, have some good food. Or just if you just want to sit on the couch and watch a movie with no children around, whatever your prerogative is. Our first Kids Night Out is November 7th. It's from 5:30 to 8 p.m. at the Edwards Fieldhouse. And then we have another one from 5:30 to 8 p.m. on November 21st at the Gypsum Rec Center. And that one's our kickoff to Turkey Day.
Kick off the Turkey Day.
And that's also for ages 5 to 12.
And speaking of turkeys, I don't know. I haven't played Pokemon in a while, but we're doing a Pokemon learning class. And it's basically where you learn how to trade Pokemon cards and dip toes into that competitive side of Pokemon. Maybe there is a turkey one. Somebody'd have to tell me that. That's going to be $5. Very cheap for kids 7 and up. It's going to take place on November 16th, which is a Sunday at 1 p.m. And that's going to be happening at the Edwards Fieldhouse. And the 16th is getting close to Thanksgiving. Do we have any kids camps over Thanksgiving break that we want to touch on?
We do. We have our Thanksgiving break Kids Day camps. So for all those of you that aren't leaving the Valley or need some childcare during that time frame, that will run from November 24th to November 26th. And it's for ages 5 to 12. You do have to fill out some required paperwork. If you're in our camps, you might have done that already this year, but it's a good opportunity to drop those kiddos off where they'll have an awesome day with our staff. And that's happening at both the Edwards Fieldhouse and the Gypsum Rec Center.
And speaking of the newly renovated Fieldhouse, which should be ready in the next month or so, it looks really cool
now.
It's
really cool in there.
And the one thing that the Fieldhouse will be used for is our winter 2026 youth basketball programs. Registration opened on the 26th, and that is going to be open for about 3 or 4 weeks. And these kids, especially in Edwards, will have the opportunity to play in a fresh court. But we also have teams that will be participating in Gypsum and Eagle, as well as hockey. And those sessions are going to run beginning of middle of January to the middle of March. For hockey, we invite kids from the ages of 5 to 12 to participate. We have mites, mini mites, and squirts. With basketball, we have we do have Wii basketball for 5 and 6-year-olds, and then we have our normal 7 and 8, and then 9 to 11. And that's going to be taking place all across the Valley. And we'd like to just give a shout out to our sponsors, Alpine Bank, Slifer Smith in Frampton, Vale Summit Orthopedics, and Guy Agos.
Yes, thank you to our partners. They help keep our fees low so we can try to accommodate everybody we can in the community. It's pretty cool. And you've got to come and see those new floors at the Edwards Field House. All brand new wood court floors for the kids and pickleball players, volleyball players, basketball players. It looks really cool.
And speaking of pickleball, after our interview with Veyra, we are going to talk about some of our adult programming. And yes, pickleball is included.
And to tell us more about the impact behind the donations needed with the community market this year is Veyra.
Close enough.
I knew I was going to get that wrong. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome, and I'm glad to be here and express the community needs.
So for the listeners that aren't familiar with what the community market does, tell us a little bit more.
So the community market, it's a non-barrier food bank here in Eagle County that we have 2 different locations, one in Gibson and one in Edwards. We're pretty much open almost in both locations or in one. So our Gibson location is open Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays from 10 to 4 p.m. And then in our Edwards location, we're open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 to 1. So anyone's welcome. We do not ask any checks, pay stubs. So anyone's welcome. We know it's a hard time in the Valley and everywhere else.
And can you tell us a little bit as to why food drives are important, especially this time of the year?
Yes, so food drives are really important, especially at this time of the year. Holidays are approaching. Families have more expensive, the heater bill. So it's one of those things that families are already so limited in their budget, and they need more support in with food. So with us, it's a higher demand, so we're trying to make it as have as much food as possible, but it is hard. So we do need the support of everyone. The food drives, it's one of those things that it helps us keep our shelves stocked, especially because we have so many customers coming in.
We were talking before we started that, there's a real need this year. What are the items that are most necessary? It's the holidays, but you really do operate year round.
Yes, so it's one of those things that protein, produce items, it's one of the high need items, but one of those things that it's really hard to food drive those kind of items because they go bad. But if you guys are gonna do a food drive, all the essentials, canned goods, pinto beans, spaghetti, pastas, canned tuna, canned chicken. There's so many items that we can have in food drives and just get them. And oil, sugar, flour, things that sometimes we cannot purchase.
Right, and that includes dusty cans of beets as well, correct?
Correct. That does include that.
For our little humans in the Valley, do you also accept items like baby formula and diapers and all of that?
Yes. We tried as one of those items that we are not able to purchase.
Okay.
So it's one of those items, baby formula, baby food, diapers, wipes, hygiene products, feminine products. It's one of those items that it's a high need, but it's sometimes we cannot afford.
And we often, I think when we're doing food drives, forget about those items because we're
Correct.
so focused on the canned goods, which are
Correct.
really important. But are there any items that you don't accept?
Yeah, well, pretty much everything that's not unopened.
Okay.
We accept anything.
Or
So,
expired, right?
It depends. Because we do have, if it's expired, we do have a limit that we can still put it out.
Okay, great.
So
to know.
I do have dates, obviously not 2 years old.
Right,
correct?
right.
Maybe a couple weeks old, if it's dry items, but not.
I found
too
a
long,
jar
yeah.
of spaghetti sauce in my pantry yesterday, seriously, and it was from 2020. I was like, well,
Well, we have had
Maybe not that
donations
one.
from 2012. That's the biggest.
that's
2012, we were like, oh, okay, this is no good for us.
Wow.
they were preparing for something.
Yes.
Right. Speaking of preparing, this obviously takes a lot of effort, not only from yourself, but others. Can you just speak on volunteer opportunities in case somebody in the community wants to help you out?
Yes, so volunteers are such a big part of our organization. Like we couldn't do it without them, and it's one of those things that we have an opportunity for everyone. It's stocking, sorting. It doesn't matter if you have limitations. We got a project for you. We have bagging pinto beans. If you want to know more about our opportunities, visit our website at eaglevalleycf.org, and you can see every possibility that we have there. We also have the holiday baskets coming up with a partnership with Salvation Army. That's a great opportunity where people come and do amazing projects there and volunteering and
Chris
get
and I were
the
talking about that on
project
the
done.
car ride up here. I think it was 2 years ago. I went to the Avon Elementary School
yes.
and helped, and it was like you got on one item and then you were just putting onions in a bag or putting carrots in a bag, and it was so cool the amount of food and the amount of vans that I saw go out that day, and just watching the community come together and really it was just such a feel good moment.
Yes,
I got
me too.
goosebumps now.
And speaking of feel-good moments, do you have a personal story that you would like to share that kind of just captures the spirit of the holidays for what you and your organization do?
Yeah, so it's pretty much, it's not just one situation, it's the whole thing that we do with our team and the volunteers giving back. Like every day, customers, because that's what we call them, our guests, they're able to take their food home and be able to create this meal.
Right.
So, for example, with the Salvation Army partnership that we do, the holiday basket, that's my favorite event of the year because we partner up, the whole community comes.
Right.
Like Salvation Army, the community market, all the volunteers join forces to give back to the community. So that's one of my major highlights for the year each year.
And can you speak a little bit like kind of what got you interested in this field and giving back to the community in the way you do?
So pretty much I've been involved with a lot of nonprofits since early age. Probably I started volunteering for Youth Power around, let's say, when I was around 14 years old. So
Okay.
I've been always involved in nonprofits, and this opportunity came, and I love my position right now.
Well, you're doing amazing things, and I know Mountain Rec is hosting our food drive to help
Yes.
benefit the community market, and it'll be running from November 3rd to the 28th. So we'll have drop-off bins at all our facilities in the Gypsum Rec Center, at the Eagle Pool and Ice Rink, and at the Edwards Fieldhouse. So last year we had about 840 pounds donated, so we're hoping to reach that ton.
Right.
There we go.
Thank you for sharing all of that information. Yeah, if there's anything else that you'd like to share to the community or the viewers.
Just if anyone's willing to do food drives, contact us. If you go to our website, you'll find my contact information. So please visit us. If you cannot give, it's also not just about giving a donation, but maybe come and volunteer your day off or spread the word. Hey, the community market needs food drives. Maybe go talk to your manager, to your organization, and be like, let's do a food drive for the community market like you guys are doing. You know, we have had a lot of companies already reached out, so it's amazing. Together, we can do a change in the valley.
Well, yeah, thank you so much. And that's just a beautiful reminder of, one little thing can make such a big impact on a family. So, yeah, thank you for your time, and we appreciate it. And we'll be back shortly. And welcome back. We'd like to thank Veyra for her time with the community food drive. Speaking of food, it's that time of year where the adults are going to be cooking a lot of it. And we also know that adults need a chance to kind of take a breath and get a moment to recreate. Jammers, tell us some stuff that adults can do.
So, something cool that we offer is an auto belay check and belay clinics and tests. So if you're into climbing of any sort, you can come to the Gypsum Rec Center and have your skills checked so that you can come and use our facilities at any time without having to be watched over. Somebody's watching you. My true crime podcast coming out.
Yes, yes.
So it's pretty cool. It's every other Thursday at the Gypsum Rec Center, and more information is also available on that on mountainrec.org. But it'll get you ready to kind of keep climbing throughout the winter. And then we will be opening up a new climbing wall in Edwards at the Edwards Field House this spring, and it's going to be pretty awesome. So Gypsum's your place to go right now.
And speaking of gypsum, pickleballers, there's a clinic. It's going to be November 7th and 8th, ran by Robin and Jerry Santoro. You're like, why does that name sound familiar? Because Jerry is on our board, but they are great pickleballers. I've been playing with and against them for a couple years now. But they're going to put on a clinic just to kind of give you some guidance on simple rules and then kind of advance of places where you can stand and can't stand, scoring, all that fun stuff. This is for adults, and it is going to be November 7th and 8th at the rec center. It'll be $100, but it is very much worth it. I've met quite a couple of individuals that have learned from them and have just kind of taken off on the pickleball side of things. Speaking of taking off, the snow is about to be coming, taking off on mountains. Do we have anything about ski and snowboarding for our adults?
Yeah, so we are offering a new ski and snowboard conditioning program, and that will kick off at 6 p.m. on Thursdays, and it'll run from November 13th to December 11th. And y'all, like, you just think you can slide into ski and snowboard season. Like, it's no big thing. Come and get strong with us and be ready to go out there and hit the mountain and have some strong legs. And, I just started Fury in the last week and a half, and I am very sore. So if you have been cuddling with your couch this summer, maybe now's the time to get ready for ski and ride season.
And if you enjoy being cold but not being outside, come check out some hockey. We do have adult hockey leagues going right now. There's going to be the women's league starting after the new year, but also there is a drop-in for men or women 60 or older, and it's going to be from 2:30 to 3:45 at the ice rink on select Fridays. And it is going to cost you a whopping $11. But also be sure to check out the calendar for the ice rink, and that can be found on mountainrec.org. And with hockey, there can be some opportunity for injury. Is there anything that you can tell us about, like first aid or CPR, should something happen on the ice?
Just to be careful and when you're out in the wilderness and adventuring, like a lot of us do in this community, we are offering adult and pediatric first aid clinics. I took one last year with Mountain Rec, or actually this year. Yeah. And it's just such a good reminder and a great way to refresh your skills so that you feel confident no matter the situation, whether you're walking down the street or on a mountain bike trail or out skiing and snowboarding, and you need to assist or help your friend or family or even a stranger, you can come. We're offering our class at 5 to 8 p.m. on Tuesday, November 18th at the Gypsum Rec Center.
Yeah, that is a great opportunity, even if it's not sport related, just to kind of have that in your pocket should something happen, because Colorado is beautiful, but with it comes trickiness because of the elements, whether it's you're skiing or even playing hockey or just trying to drive on 70 in December.
70 any time of year, or just walking down the street.
Awesome.
You just never know. So a lot of things going on in the next month or so.
Yes, and if you need any of this information, I know we just threw a lot at you, especially for our first podcast. Just go to our website at mountainrec.org, and you can sign up for a newsletter that Jammers and Z put together, and it has all the information, all the links you need, contacts to who you need to reach out to if you have any further questions. But they come out, I believe, weekly.
And then we also have a monthly newsletter, and you can kind of tailor things also to your geographic location. So if you're primarily in Edwards, you can sign up for Edwards. If you're primarily in Gypsum, so we kind of work with everybody on what you're looking for. If you're interested in adult-specific programs, we have that too. So great place. And then also don't forget our social media on Facebook and Instagram, Mountain Rec.
Yeah, and we do have to give props to Z. All these are going to be in English and Spanish. Mm-hmm. So we do like to tailor to bilingual. So we do want to get everybody in the community involved, whether it's with youth sports or adult sports.
And that's it for our first episode of Rec and Connect. A huge shout out to Veyra from the Community Market for coming on. And this is Jamie, your host.
And I am Chris, your other host.
With the mostest.
For the mostest, with the hostess. Special shout out to Z for putting this together. If you have any interest in joining the podcast, just reach out. info@mountainrec.org is the email. It'll go to Jamie and Z, and we'd love to get you on. We're going to be doing this about once a month. So, Eagle County and whoever else decides to watch this all across the world, this is Rec and Connect. Thanks for joining.